What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing a tier list for the small forward position. So if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 160,000 subscribers by the 1st of May, and right now it is the 4th of April, and we are just over 4,000 off, which is absolutely crazy. So if you guys like MyTEAM content, subscribe. We upload, well, literally twice as much MyTEAM content as any other channel at this rate. But yeah, so we're going to be starting off with this tier list right here. And the small forward position is a bit of a weird one because in real life, yeah, the small forward position is probably the most stacked, but a lot of the really good small forwards, for some reason, have power forward cards. Like, even the historically great small forwards, like Larry Bird, his card is a power forward. Paul George, his card is a power forward. Kawhi Leonard's best card is a power forward. So, it's a bit of a weird one. So, if you're looking at the power forward position, an awful lot of those cards are really small forwards. 2K are doing it to manipulate overalls. I know why they're doing it, because they're basically giving them kind of low post stats, which manipulates their overall to make them a little bit lower. But I understand things like Larry Bird being power forward on his Galaxy Opal, but it doesn't really matter too much. Not a big deal at the end of the day. It just means that there's a lot of players you may think should be on this tier list that aren't. For example, like Giannis' best card is a point guard, his second best card is a power forward, and then LeBron's best card is a point guard. But yeah, this is pretty much it. So we're going to start off with Kevin Porter Jr. So this is one of the free Spotlight series or Spotlight Sim cards, and this is definitely one of the better Spotlight Sims. He's basically a left-handed J.R. Smith, and he's one of those players that's a really big in-game build. So I don't know why it is, but he's like, I've seen him standing beside people that are 6'9", and he's like the same height as them. So even though he is only 6'6", that's a complete lie. That is a complete lie, and anyone who's ever used Kevin Porter Jr. Knows that he's definitely not 6'6". So yeah, I'm going to put him in A tier because again, he's got Hall of Fame Limitless, he's got Hall of Fame Clamps, he's an elite rim runner, he's a really good defender. He's like, there's nothing wrong with this card. Honestly, I could be pushing him up into S tier, but I do think there are a good few players better than him, which is why I'm not there. But he's not far off. And we got Otto Porter, who's Hall of Fame Limitless, an okay defender with a good release. I'm going to put Otto Porter. I like him. As far as token rewards for Amethyst go, he's probably the best of them, but I don't. I think he's good, but I don't think he's anything absolutely exceptional. I definitely think that at this stage in the game, you can definitely get better than Otto Porter Jr. But no, he's a really, really good player. Like, he does kind of everything you need. Like, yeah, he has some flaws. He definitely has some flaws, but like, he's a really, really good card. Then we are on to one of the most intriguing ones. So it's Justice Winslow. So this was, normally I kind of have a general idea of where I'm going to put these before, and I had no idea with Justice Winslow. Honestly, like, I'm really torn between S tier or A tier with Winslow. And I think because his secondary position is point guard, and he's actually really, really good. He's not like, he's a 6'7" elite shooting point guard. I'm putting him in S tier. Yeah, you can definitely make an argument he shouldn't be this high. And if you want to say, no, he's not S tier, he's A tier. Look, I'm not going to argue about that. He's definitely one of those two tiers anyway. And now we're on to Mikal Bridges. So Mikal Bridges is a 6'7" small forward. I wish the secondary position was 2 guard, but he does a bit of everything. He's a lockdown defender. He's quite good going to the basket, shoots the ball quite well. And yeah, he's going down here in A tier as well. There's going to be a lot of diamonds you see down here in A tier. So then we have got Kevin Knox. So this was one of, if not the most disappointing cards for me, because one, I actually thought this card was going to be an Amethyst. And two, if you guys remember Kevin Knox from NBA 2K19, he was unbelievable. I used to use his Sapphire card, like, to go 12-0. I used to literally use Kevin Knox Sapphire to go 12-0. And this was in like May and June. I'm pretty sure in May, I went 12-0 running with Kevin Knox as my backup, Sapphire as my backup point guard. He was a really good defender. He could dunk, he could shoot, and he could also kind of pass the ball well. He was elite. However, this year, with the fact you can't add badges on, last year I used to just add gold range extender on. I didn't feel like range extender made as much of a difference last year. I felt like players stood in proper positions. And the thing is, like, the whole meta has changed the way you kind of need range extender, and for that reason, I'm putting Kevin Knox down here in C tier. He doesn't have the animations of last year's release isn't exceptional, and he doesn't have range extender. So, like, he doesn't have anything really going for him. Like, there's no reason I would use Kevin Knox at the small forward position over even like a Jonathan Isaac who doesn't even have range extender. There was no reason, especially the small forward position, I would use Kevin Knox over any of these cards. And we have got Joe Harris. I don't really like Joe Harris' release, to be completely honest. I much preferred his kind of base 8 release last year, but it's not terrible. He shoots really well. He's a decent enough defender. I'm putting him in Otto Porter territory. Maybe Porter's a little bit better, but yeah, they're close. And we have got mini Paul George, Cam Reddish. So if you guys, surely at this stage, you guys have played enough of the game to just know how good Cam Reddish is. So Cam Reddish is a 6'8" 2 guard, or small forward. They can play at the 2, which is a better, more preferable secondary position than power forward. He can play at the 2. He's got all of Paul George's animations, except he's got his quick draw is gold, and I actually prefer him with gold quick draw than with Hall of Fame quick draw. So you're looking at an absolutely insane card in Cam Reddish, and he's free. Well, you have to play 2 hours and have to have maybe 30k MT kind of stockpiled up, but you literally cannot buy this card. He is free. You need like 2 hours out of your time to get this card, and he's free. And even if this card, if this card was in the auction house, he'd be at least 60, 70k. Actually, he's a diamond. He'd probably be 20k, but because people are overall snobs. But he would be, his value is really 60, 70k, and I am putting him up in S tier. His value is actually well over 100k, but he's ridiculous. He is absolutely ridiculous. There's a reason why you're out there seeing, you do not need another 2 guard for the rest of the year if you have Cam Reddish. I'm telling you that right now. For the rest of the year, you do not need another 2 guard if you have Cam Reddish. You can get better. Yeah, you'll be able to get better, but not enough better that you should even pay any MT. Then we've got Trevor Ariza. I actually think Trevor Ariza is better than Kevin Knox, but the no range extender is killer. I know range extender really is a problem on cards. So he's got pretty decent animations, pretty decent jump shot. Problem is that no range extender is, well, a problem. He doesn't have it, and yeah, he's good, but I just don't. Especially on the wing, I would not. You kind of need range extender. Then we've got Tony Kukoc. This is a tough position for Kukoc because I don't know whether to put him in A or B tier. There's just something about him. There's something about him I don't like. I actually used Tony Kukoc for the longest time. He doesn't feel tall, as in he doesn't have any of the benefits of tall players. Normally, tall players get in lanes better. He may have a small wingspan. I'm not sure, but there's just something about Kukoc I don't really like, which is why I'm putting him in B tier. If you guys have got the hang of Kukoc, and you guys know his animations and know how to use them, and you think he's higher, that is I guess a perfectly fine place to have him. But there's just something about him, I can't put my finger on it, because in terms of shooting, he shoots the ball really well. He actually handles it really well for a 6'10" player. He can attack the basket quite well. He's got Hall of Fame quick for his step, but he just feels sluggish. There's something about his animations. When I first got him, he actually was fairly good. He's not a bad card by any means. It's just something. There's just something about him that I don't like. But now we're on to Jason Tatum. If they gave Tatum the same release as Amethyst, this card would be up here in S tier or even high A tier. But I think he's kind of like a low A tier player. He's actually a really good defender, which is a little bit of a surprise for a Jason Tatum. Well, actually Tatum's not that bad a defender, but he's a really good defensive card. Shoots the ball moderately well. Handles it okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Tatum's animations, but I can't justify putting him lower in A tier. But yeah, he's not as good as Mikal Bridges or Kevin Porter Jr. I'm saying that right now. He's definitely not as good as Kevin Porter Jr. Then we got Chris Middleton. And Chris Middleton's kind of the same. I'm putting him in A tier, and nothing really to do with his overall game. It's just that he can't really create his own shot. He can be a great cone. He can be a great 3-and-D cone and just kind of stand there and do nothing, and then shoot the ball when he's wide open, because his release is really good. And he's actually quite a good defender and has decent length, and also has a better secondary position than power forward at the 2. There's just something about the card. I don't know what it is. There is something about him. He just feels clunky. He's just not S tier. He could be. In certain people's hands, he could be, but he's expensive as well, so I would not put him anywhere above S tier. Kawhi Leonard, even though this is not even the best Kawhi Leonard, the problem is that the small forward position is definitely lacking. It is definitely lacking, so Kawhi Leonard is going up in S tier. Do I think Kawhi is as good as Cam? No. Do I think Kawhi is very good? Yes. I used Kawhi for the longest time. He's got a really good release. Not quite as good as the other Pink Diamond Kawhi, but a really good release, really good defender, and just overall a really solid card. Then we have got Danny Granger. Actually, Kevin Porter Jr. might be better than Kawhi. I'm going to do this for now. But Kawhi, and maybe Kevin Porter Jr. might be able to move up. So Danny Granger, he's got base 11. He's got go quick for his step. Doesn't have much of a ball handle, and that's the problem. Is he's literally just a catch and shoot player. His handle is, I don't know what's wrong with his handle, but everything he does is sluggish. So I'm gonna put Danny Granger down here in B tier. Danny Granger is good though. He is definitely good. Then we got Hedo Turkoglu. So Hedo, I have his release down. Like, he has the same release as Chauncey Billups, and I'm telling you, I have that release just completely down. Like, I know that release like the back of my hand. Like, so I'm gonna green almost every shot with Hedo Turkoglu when I use him. So honestly, I think Hedo Turkoglu is a pretty nice card. I think he shoots the lights out. I think he's got a big build. His dribbling is quite good. So he's not quite S tier, but he's definitely in there in A tier. He's probably a slightly better Kukoc for me. I definitely think I'd take Hedo over Kukoc, to be honest. Then we got Lamar Odom. So this is a really tough one because I'm not going to lie. I think Lamar Odom is... I would take Lamar Odom over Kawhi, over Porter, and I put him right up here. I'm being completely honest. I think he's really good. I think he's really good. He's handles the ball well, shoots the ball well. One of the best kind of peekaboo three-point shooters that I've used. He is... Well, actually, sorry, not peekaboo three. Snatchback three. Like, he gets a ton of space on the snatchback and can hit them. Like, I haven't even tried him since I've learned how to peekaboo, but he is... Man, he is elite. Like, Lamar Odom, I'm telling you. If they go and give a pink diamond or opal Lamar Odom, that's going to be one of the best cards in the game. Period. This card is exceptional. Base 11, lefty release, easy to time, goes to the basketball, rebounds well. Man, he's a little bit outdated, but then again, like, nearly all these small forwards are outdated, so he's there. Then we got Giannis. Surprisingly enough, I'm actually going to put Giannis down here in B tier. Even though he's a no quick draw or no range extender. Thing is, he's Giannis. He still gets in passing lanes. I think he still has Hall of Fame fancy footwork, can still hop, step, dunk on people. You can still use him like Giannis. Problem is that he's just can't shoot at all. And you can play rover on him, which is a little bit of a problem, but nah, he's not a bad card at all. And definitely the better of Giannis's two small forward cards, and I can't not have Giannis on the list. Okay, now we're on to Paul George. So Paul George, I'm going to put him in B tier. Paul George is actually really good. He's still usable. Like, he's 6'9", he's got a decent handle, shoots the lights out. Problem is he's got, I think, silver steady and only silver quick for a step. So he's not much of a threat going to the basket, but he's still a 6'9" shooter, and in terms of diamonds, he's still pretty good. Now we got Jimmy Butler. So Jimmy is going to go A tier for Jimmy Butler. Next we've got James Worthy. Not to be mistaken with the good James Worthy. This is the not very good James Worthy. And the not very good James Worthy is 100% not a very good card in this game. I'm saying that right now. James Worthy is D tier. This card is awful. This card is absolutely terrible. And I may have accidentally put two James Worthys. I'm not entirely sure if the other one's small forward, but man, this card is awful. This card is absolutely awful. Then we got Dominique Wilkins, a card that is literally just the equivalent of Trevor Ariza. I'm not even lying. He's literally the equivalent of Trevor Ariza. No better, no worse. He's getting C tier. Okay, so now we have got Grant Hill. And this is an interesting one because he's somewhere between S or A. I like Grant Hill. I like him, but I don't like him as much as I like these three guys. He's not a bad card, and he's still... Honestly, if I was picking... I was about to say if I was picking one of the Opal token words, but it's like, just don't even look at the first three. Don't even look at D-Rob. Don't even look at Grant Hill. Don't even look at Penny. And probably don't even look at Tony Parker. Like, there's no point even... I would just wait. If I have 750 tokens, I just wait for the next batch of Galaxy Opals because they'll be quite good. Unless you really like Levine and you want him a point guard, which, to be honest, I just spend the 150k and get Jamal Crawford. But, yeah, so RJ Barrett he's going up here in S tier. He's really good. Like, RJ Barrett is like a better Kevin Porter Jr. Very, very similar. He's like a poor man's Pink Diamond T-Mac. Like, he's Pink Diamond T-Mac with worse animations, really, really similar stats, and RJ Barrett can do absolutely everything. Now we're on to Josh Smith. I'm surprised he's a small forward and not a power forward. Yeah, we've got two worthies on the list. Josh Smith, yeah, he's going S tier. He is going S tier. And yeah, I'm glad that I didn't put Kevin Porter up in S tier because there's a lot of good cards coming up now. There's a lot of good ones coming up. So Josh Smith, I don't know why he's a small forward in position because we all know what happened when Josh Smith tried to play small forward in Detroit. He went from being seen as one of the best non-all-stars in the NBA, a literal max contract guy. He got a max contract. Within 6 months of being seen as a max contract guy, he then decided that he was going, well, the Pistons decided they were going to play him a small forward. And then within 6 months, he was seen as a bad locker room guy, a terrible player for a team, and was almost out of the NBA. So, yeah, Josh Smith, the small forward, did not end well. So now we're going with, I probably should make an extra tier, shouldn't I? Because there is a big difference between like James Worthy and RJ Barrett or something. Or James Worthy and Lamar Odom. But I'm going to put James Worthy here in S tier. And that's funny because there is 2 James Worthys. One is in S tier and one is in A tier. So one is in S tier, one is in D tier. One is at the top and one is literally the bottom. So like so far, James Worthy's the best of all these cards. And the worst of all these cards is also James Worthy. So it's kind of funny what 2 overalls and a change in release and badges can do to a card. So now we are on to John Havlicek. There are certain people that have a lot of success with John Havlicek. I am not one of those people. I do not like this card. And I've Splash Edition used this card against me. Like, I know he is a good card. I just really don't like him. I struggle more with John Havlicek than I do with anyone up here in this tier. There's just something about the card. Then we've got AK-47 S tier as well. AK-47 is basically Worthy. It's literally preference who you prefer, AK-47 or Worthy. These 2 so far are the best small forwards. And then there's another 2 cards later that can be in that conversation. But I think there really is only 4 cards that are in that conversation for the best small forward in the game. And then like Josh Smith and Cam Reddish a little bit outside that. So now we're on to Buddy Hield. So Buddy at the small forward position is terrible, but he does have a good position, secondary position to 2 guard. So Buddy Hield's got an elite release, shoots the ball really well. He actually dunks the ball well. He's got like a 95 dunk, is a really solid defender. And yeah, overall Buddy is just a solid card. Definitely nothing absolutely spectacular, but not a bad card in the slightest. Then we've got Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is without question going to A tier. I don't know why. There's something about Kevin Durant that I don't really like. And I don't mean like to an extent that I won't use him. To an extent that I prefer Worthy and Kurylenko. Kevin Durant, I would still take Kevin Durant over Cam Reddish. I still use Kevin Durant occasionally in my teams. He's got an unbelievable moving shot and unbelievable behind the back. There's just something about I seem to play better when Kevin Durant's not there than when Kevin Durant is there. But I've also been absolutely torched by KD, so I know he's definitely right up there with the best small forwards in the game. Then we got Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram's got a bit of a funky release, but he's a really good card. Don't get me wrong, he's a really good card. I much prefer the other Brandon Ingram. I think the other one is a lot better. Behind the back patch, he was fantastic. Like, this guy literally came out in January. And yeah, no, Brandon Ingram. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in A tier. Does not deserve to be down there in B tier, but A tier is a fine position for him. I'm pretty sure Brandon Ingram came out. Did he come out the day before Tony Parker or the day after? But he came out within like the 2 days before the behind the back was patched. Then we have got Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson is going to go into B tier because of that catapult jumper. There is no other reason. Like, he's actually really good. He does everything well except he's a catapult jump shot. And to be fair, like, when he came out before 250k. He was actually really good because he did everything else so well. However, again, the catapult jump shot means that nowadays he's just unusable. Like, there's a reason why I even would use like a Dan Marley over this card, to be completely honest. Then we've got Dr. J. Julius Erving is going to go S. Yeah, definitely S. Like, I was questioning it because the last 4 S tier cards have been these 4 elite opals. However, man, Dr. J's better than... He's not better than Cam Reddish. I'm saying that right now, he's not better than Cam Reddish, but he's better than RJ Barrett, better than Odom, and maybe better than Winslow. So that's why I'm putting him there. Then we got Scotty. Scotty, a lot of people like him, but he's going A tier. I'm sorry, but I've used Scotty. His release is not good enough to be S tier. His release, like, yeah, a lot of people really like his opal, but he's got a slow release. I'm telling you, like, can be the difference. Like, I would honestly, like, hindsight 2020, I'd probably move Lamar Odom and RJ Barrett back down to A tier, to keep it a little bit there. But I'd actually, like, I would personally take Odom over Scotty. Yeah, Scotty's an unbelievable defender. He just doesn't shoot the ball that well. And my play style, it doesn't rely as much as on individual defenders as it relies on just length. And so for me anyway, Scotty is definitely in B tier or in A tier just because of his release. And then Melo, quite obviously on S tier. Melo's just a little bit inconsistent. Not as inconsistent as a Pink Diamond, but still a little bit inconsistent. But the big four small forwards are probably Kevin Durant, Kurolenko, Worthy, Melo. Literally preference, whoever you think out of those is the best. And then there's like the next tier is like Irving, Josh Smith, and Cam Reddish. But yeah, so normally this list is the opposite, where there's a lot more players in B tier, and the only reason there's a player in D tier at all is because I accidentally put him on the list. If you guys want, you can move every single player down one tier and keep a couple of these guys in A tier and keep whatever these five here, 6, Reddish in S tier, Winslow, Odom, and RJ Barrett down. Keep a couple of these up, move everyone down a tier if you really want, but I'm fine with the skewed towards the better small forwards because there's only a couple of absolute elite small forwards in this game, but there's a lot of solid ones. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.